You've tasked me with the challenge of defining my work and presenting myself. In these fleeting moments of this brief video, I shall strive to shed light on both. Two inquiries as distinct as light and shadow. One asks of my earthly and material accomplishments, the other, a presentation of myself, prompting the question of answering honestly, who am I? It is the latter question that looms as the more elusive and challenging of the two. Perhaps understanding the depths of one's own identity is an endeavor far more complex than any achievement could ever aspire to be. Who am I? I am the one who is known as Alondra, Mexican-Canadian cross-disciplinary artist. I am the one who believes that stepping into an art space, gallery, museum, or at times even the humble confines of someone's kitchen wall is like entering a sanctified realm where art possesses the profound, bewildering power, where I am transported until the boundaries of my body dissolve and I cease to be a mere observer gazing at the work. There exists only the piece, its essence, and the space it occupies, until finally the spell is broken. Until finally the spell is broken, and I return to being. I return to being the one who by fate or chance happens to be the momentary beholder of the artwork. I am the one, a vessel of breath, a beating pulse residing within a perpetually ever-changing body. Residing within a perpetually ever-changing body, I am the one who at times feels lost, as if I remain to be that baby teetering on fragile legs as I tentatively take my first steps before once again stumbling back down to the floor where I first emerged from. I am the one who still needs to ask for help, and I am the one who offers guidance to those when she can. I am also the wise elder, enriched by life's relentless lessons. This old woman's experience have endowed me with the wisdom to savor life's beauty and acknowledge the transient nature of all things. The moments of joy will fleetingly pass. The moments of joy will fleetingly pass, therefore, they deserve my cherishment. While those moments of suffering will also fade. The moments of suffering will also fade, needing a broader temporal perspective before I plunge into my own despair. I am as the eagle, that eagle, flying through that blue, clear sky. I am the eagle soaring above the narrative of my own existence, observing with clarity my story unfold and understanding that amidst the presence of pain, the return of peace is inevitable. And as clear as that image is, as I fly above it, I am also the one who forgets all too easily entangled into the intricate web of my personal storyline. I'm the one who carries a profound love for others, a sentiment that transcends words and finds its voice in the depths of my being. It transcends words, even these words, and it finds a voice, a sound, reverberation within me. I am the one whose heart aches when witnessing the injustices that unfold before my very eyes, burdened by the weight of sorrow. I'm the one who grieves the destruction of our planet. And I'm also the one who knows that I exist within the complex system that governs our world, meaning I, like so many of us, reluctantly find myself contributing to that very destruction I grieve for. I am also the one blessed with the privilege of traversing diverse landscapes, immersing myself into the various vibrant cultures, and forging bonds with the souls that breathe the very life into them. In this unpredictable journey, I have tasted the sweetness, and I've tasted the kindness of my dear loving friends, and yet I am also the one who has grieved far too many young deaths. I am the one who knows what it means to drag a loved one's fragile body as they come in and out of consciousness, not knowing what may come next. And I am also among the truly fortunate, having bathed in the unequivocal, unwavering, and unconditional love of my dear mother, a source of solace and guidance. Unequivocal, unwavering, and unconditional love of my mother. She has witnessed the world with a wisdom deeper than most and a tranquility greater than many. She is the emotional healer of many, and I am the one who acknowledges her as one of my most profound teachers. My father, a pillar of unyielding principles, has sculpted my character, bestowing upon me the fortitude to stand with fixed convictions to my values. I am the one who reveres my father's strength and compassionate heart, the one who bears the imprint of his ideals. I am the one molded by their collective influence, by two healers, two activists, and nurturers of humanity. Through them, I have come to understand that love for others may tread different paths, yet both are profoundly noble routes towards a fulfilling life. Through them, I have come to understand that love for others may tread diverse, variant paths, yet both are profound and noble. Both lead to fulfilling lives. I am the youngest sister of 4. Each presence has shaped my life vastly. Each one of them brought their own special flavor. I am the one who, I am sure is evidently clear to anyone still watching, is filled with intensity, a quality that grants me the gift to be fully present, to attentively listen to the tales of others as they recount their most trying moments. However, at times this intensity, like a relentless flame, has also seared me with the burden of the lonely weight of being left misunderstood. I am the one who yearns for love's embrace, the one who wishes to love and to be loved in return. I am the one, when love is present, allows for the serene joy to wash over my body. The smallest of details. These are the smallest of things that give me the greatest of pleasures. Those things a lover does and will never comprehend how they move me. Those gestures that go unnoticed by the world. Those are the very things that hold me captive. The slow, meticulous dance of one's hands. Even the veins of their skin so delicately traversing their fingers become objects of adoration. I am the one who has been heartbroken. I am also the one who has broken others' hearts. I am the one who understands that profound ache within those shattered hearts, recognizing that this pain, however it arrives, serves as a sort of psychological sandpaper, patiently eroding the barriers that encase our hearts, until, at last, we have been unveiled in a state of being fractured, cracked, shattered, in the state of being fractured, fractured, cracked, shattered, opened enough for us to rediscover how to fall back in love with the world. I'm the one who, despite The inkling of this endeavor being perceived as naive is drawn to care deeply, to want to love beyond it all. I want to love beyond it all. Otherwise, I would be the one who would ask myself, what is the point of existence? I am the one who creates, not solely as an extension of my inner self, but because I firmly believe that art possesses an immense healing potential accessible to anyone who engages with it. Art, you see, is not confined by the shackles of time. I can engage with a contemporary performance only to be transported moments later into a dialogue about grief, unrequited love, or euphoria with an artist from centuries past. From the Paleolithic moment, we lay pigments onto those cave walls. Art bestowed upon us the ability to partake in a timeless conversation about the human condition. This is why I persist in my choice to create, even face warnings that it may lead to an economic instability, a more challenging path. What it allows me to do is foster the potential for a dialogue, for connection, and if I am fortunate, if the work I create is deemed worthy of enduring through time, then I might forge a connection with souls beyond the decay of my mortal vessel. Now, onto the prior challenge of defining my work. At the core of my artistic journey lies a fundamental question. How can I, as an artist, contribute to support an equitable, sustainable, and diverse world? That is my most honest definition of my artistic practice, and my most pressing question. As an artist, I have partaken in 40 exhibitions, including 4 solo shows, 7 large-scale festivals, and 15 juried exhibitions. I hold an MA in Fine Art from UAL's Chelsea College of Arts and a BFA in Drawing and Painting, as well as completing a minor in Social Science, graduating both from first-class honors and distinction from Oakhead University. My work has been featured in 13 international publications. I hold 21 Fine Art Awards. My contributions to academic writing have earned me an award in social science, as well as a published paper. I have participated in 8 public panels and interviews, including notable appearances at the Toronto Biennial of Arts, Unknowable Unknowing, Kitchener's The Museum, Oakhead University, and Goodenough College. There are 2 key aspects central to my work. Firstly, I expanded McLuhan's analogy of a society as a global nervous system. I propose that our collective entity, much like any other conscious being, can experience trauma and display corresponding symptoms. Our current crises, such as the climate change and migration crisis, reveal a deeper, interwoven predicament stemming from an already broken society. Secondly, I explore the wisdom of the rich ancestral tradition of Mexico, particularly regarding death and grief. Death does not only consist of the destruction of the physical body, but it is a metamorphic deconstruction of the psychological self. It is a collapse of one persona in exchange for another. Grief is a communal experience. It is something we must all bear at one point, breaking down the illusion of individualism and enabling us to mourn our past, cherish our present, and forge a positive future, leading us back to the collective consciousness. My artwork contemplates the cosmic grandeur and fragility of our shared planetary home. The statement, "we want to do something for the environment," implies that we as humanity are somehow separate or external from the environment. We are interwoven without any sense of separation into the material and psychological fabric of this earth. As we can see, as the development of globalization, the interconnectedness through our mediums, as McLuhan would say, the borders begin to dissolve. The borders of our countries begin to dissolve as power courses through interconnected veins, making the 21st century struggles intrinsically global by nature. The notion of a separate and forthcoming future is merely a myth. True change can only occur in the present moment. It is now that we must confront the contradictions of our past and address the complexities stemming from our societal psyche. Urgently, our world calls for the decolonization of the mind, a process of dismantling colonial thoughts, preferences, and values that perpetuate an allegiance to the purely so-called rational, dominating, and unrealistic productive ideals. In response to these pressing issues, my work strives to contribute to the emergence of an equilibrium that reveres vulnerability, embraces transformation, nurtures collective consciousness, and honors the cosmic sacredness that binds us all. As you requested information about my last academic year, throughout my MA, my exhibitions have taken place in various renowned institutions such as the Archaeology Museum in Innsbruck, the British Library, the Bloomsbury Festival, the MAFA International Festival, and featured in a reel during the Late at Tate. A highlight of my MA was serving as an artistic curator for the Shades of Light event in collaboration with Ensemble Matters and the composer Owen Ho during the Bloomsbury Festival. Within this role, I oversaw the curation of artistic submissions and orchestrated the creation of a 20-minute film that seamlessly complemented a live performance by Ensemble Matters of Rachmaninoff, The Isle of the Dead. I also had the privilege of being part of a panel discussion on climate change responding to COP26 alongside esteemed PhD climate experts. My role was to infuse these discussions with artistic and embodied perspectives. The platform was hosted at the distinguished Goodenough College. My contributions at Goodenough went beyond the panel, as I also did a 40-minute lecture where I explored the transformative potential of reimagining death as a tool for healing. Simultaneously, I acted as one of their arts and culture representatives. I initiated a book club facilitating engaging discussions, and I also helped in the organization of other academic experts to contribute to the series of the 40-minute hybridized live and online lectures. Amongst my MA program, I held a solo show and delivered a performance piece at the Cookhouse Gallery in London focused on death and rebirth. My participation in my MAFA postgraduate show allowed me to present a multifaceted exhibition employing auditory experiences through multi-set speakers, tactile elements like dirt patterning on the floor, and the visual medium of photography. Notably, these two separate exhibitions gained me recognition and opened the doors for collaborations with the Mexican Embassy and the UK Mexican Art Society. This partnership culminated in the screening of my film at the British Library during El Día de los Muertos festival in London, UK. This achievement propelled me the honor of being acknowledged the following year in the creation of the ofrenda in the subsequent years of El Día de los Muertos festival. Recognizing that my engagement with the community is as integral to my artistic practice as the act of creation itself. This realization prompted me to become a collaborative artist with El Centro de Inteligencia Voluntario. Through this collaboration, I work towards raising awareness and funds through art to support the implementation of beneficial technologies for responding to natural disasters in Mexico City. I hope that this has illuminated the essence of my work, particularly your interest in my endeavors during my final academic year of my MA. As for presenting myself, the only certitude I hold is that for reasons beyond my comprehension, I inhabit this body. While I reside within this frame, my aspirations are to heal myself sufficiently so that I might contribute to the ushering forth of a compassionate presence in the lives of fellow beings and to refrain from projecting my own egoic insecurities onto others. I am the one who firmly believes that the act of creating art is an integral facet of our collective healing journey. Now that question of presenting myself, the question of who am I reverberates. Who am I? I. Perhaps the more pertinent query is not who am I, but rather what am I? And what about the grand enigma of us? Who are we? What precisely are we? Well, who the hell knows?